Gamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. So today, probably we'll try to finish this reading, because this is a very interesting book, no question of finishing. As I always support the idea that finishing is not the goal is to understand, to absorb. That is more important. Reading book, anyone can finish this book how long it takes. But to understand and absorb the ideas, that is more important. So that's why we are repeating the things. Even if I go to one paragraph of it, it can take one class itself. But anyhow, as best as we can to understand and absorb. So this Upadesamrta is now coming to a conclusion. So we are on the last part of the Sadvritti, Sadhu Vritti. What are the vritti? What are the behavior pattern of sadhus? That we are talking about. To create devotion in us, there is a standard formula. Other people have practiced that. So we are to follow them. The 6 points have been mentioned: enthusiasm, usaha, dhairya, patience, like that we have. And last was the sadhu vritti or sadvritti. Vritti means the vocation of sadhus, as following their ways of when following their form. So this point, we have talked about this householders, what are the restrictions, what should be done. For the monks, we have discussed that what is to be done. The same thing, chapter continues, and it goes on. Today we'll read here on the sadhu vritti, or the holy people's path, conduct. What is that? So duty. So here it is, Sri Chaitanya says, the duty of everyone is to give up the attraction for sense objects, prestige, and give up gossip, and serve Bhagavan. It's a universal message. Whether anyone is following the Jnana path, Bhakti path, whatever they are doing, I think this is the common for all. Jnani, Bhakta, you are a meditator, that's also applies, fundamental, foundational thing. So the duty of everyone, so it's essential to for one to conclude all one's material activities. Conclude means I have seen enough, done enough, worldly way of looking, thinking. I can end it. And engage oneself in the worship of God. And normally you say best if you can, you are fortunate that you can come in some place in solitude and think of God day and night. But we are not equipped for that. So our is good for little meditation, little prayer, little work, little this. So that's a balanced life. That's the Vedanta path. But here, what is called the Sri Chaitanya is before coming to Vrindavan, Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami, he has so much money, wealth, prosperity. He was a very rich and also a prestigious person. So he gave up everything, all money, wealth, prosperity, which we call foundational for the monks. But to be follower of Sri Chaitanya, he did that. So it says there is a quotation. এক বৎসর রূপ গোসাইয়ের গৌরে বিলম্ব হইল, কুটুম্বেরে স্থিতি অর্থ বিভাগ করি দিল. He has money, wealth, land, prosperity. So it took 1 year for him to distribute this money, whatever he has assets and physical asset, monetary thing. So distribute among others. And kutumba means friends, relatives. Sthiti artha, so that they be stable and don't look at him. Property is a big thing, no? Land and property is the cause of all fights. Brother fights with the brother, sister fights with the brother, mother, no? Property and money is a very critical thing where people forget their own loving relationship, go into. So, and you are becoming monk. So you should not keep any money. In India also that is monastic life is like that. They don't keep any money. Even they have any money, you have to just distribute. We have to now, they say, sign, give a statement that have you distributed your own share of money and everything. Otherwise that will be pull to go back. Anything happens, little disturbance, mind will tell you, understand, it is bad place, I'll have to go away. And go away means you have know that you have your bank balance. So that has destroyed many monastic life. And if not, then you know, okay, I'll have to adjust. Whatever happens, I have come here. Maybe not very spiritually adjustment. If you are absorbed in God, no problem for you. But as we are human beings, sometimes things happen which I like, dislike. No, our human emotion comes. But if you keep additionally your fund, money in your pocket or bank balance, and it is sufficient, then I don't care. I will go out and I will create my own center. Many do that. They create their own center. And then with enthusiasm. That's why to hold on, I am nothing. I am a beggar. My only thing is that to love God and pray to God. And whatever happens is God's grace. So it took for Rupa Goswami, who is distributed among the family members, and also brahmanas and temples, all wealth he had accumulated. After attending to and concluding these concerts, he quickly became free from anxiety and came to Vrindavan. And then he dedicated himself totally for prayer and meditation and spiritual practice. It is necessary to abandon the desires for prestige, another thing. He said, no, why did he say to me, I am this? I come from a dignified family, and why people can tell me like that? Okay, that's good for outward world. But in spiritual world, if someone tells like that, a devotee or a monk will think, oh, God is trying to break my ego. Good. Let them take my bad karma. Let them do something. Some spiritual attitude. And then you become really free from your sense of prestige. What prestige? I'm a lover of God. This is my prestige. My education. I am such educated person. I come from such a royal family. I am coming from some rich family, and all these money, all these whatever egocentric connections.
You can share the story of
Doctor says give up.
Shambhu Maharaj, who was from big family, but how he used to cut down his ego when he used to go to Shankarananda Swami.
Yeah. So all many sadhus do, all the sadhus, good sadhus do. So she was remember talking about one Swami is called Akunthananda. He was the grandson of Balaram Bosu. Balaram Bose in Calcutta. Thakur used to visit their home. Landlord, big, rich person. And he is the only son in the family. Inherits all the wealth. No? But he gave up everything. And he has in those days, in early days, now master's degree is very common. And master in science is nothing nowadays. You can find every door, nooks and corners. No? In India I'm talking about. And then at that time, master's degree is a rare, maybe in the whole village, 1% maybe or not. Or in the whole community, there will be few, 4, 5 people maybe like. Education was not that much available. He was master's degree, MSc. Not only master's in science. Then he was a law, as a lawyer, and he learned, passed the law examination. So, money, wealth, name, position, prestige, and he joined. Naturally, everyone used to love him. And he was raised in the lap of Brahmananda and Shivananda like that. When he was child in the family, grandson of Balaram Bose. Balaram Bose, Ramakrishna loved Balaram Bose so much. And they used to go. So Maharaj also was there. And then he renounced everything and joined. And he expected that everyone will pamper him. But after joining, they started restricting his way of talking, way of doing things, and then criticizing. Hey, no, stop, don't do that, listen. So he has been once put to the survey to be an attendant of Swami Shankarananda, our Guru. And he was a very perfectionist. And he was prestigious. I am master's degree holder, and others are only ordinary, maybe school ending examination. How many in those days? Because those used to join as a monk, they don't get much chance to go to school. When the renunciation mood come, they give up. So many of them have passed school final. When school ending 10th grade, maybe some maybe 12th grade, some maybe BA, BSc, bachelor degree holder. But master's degree is very, so he was very prestigious. And then when he became the attendant of Shankarananda Maharaj, he got the good training. And he used to say, he told me that I, every day, as soon as I enter into the room of door of Maharaj, I used to sing, you fool, you Akuntanand, you are fool. You are an idiot, you don't know anything. and I'll scold myself. And really, I entered there and did nothing, maybe very minor. See, keeping the book here, it was here, it should be there. But I put it here and get a scolding. To open the book and we open like this. My God, and then you are destroying the book. And you are proud of your education. You don't cultivate any sense. And best was newspaper reading. So newspaper reading was another job. So newspaper, as we read also the headlines, and then Swami will say, okay, read this more details, if he wants. Otherwise the headline is there. And as we do, take the paper and then fold it and makes noise and not equally perfectly like line by line, maybe age matching. And he got good scolding. You don't have to come from tomorrow to my service. Then he said, please forgive me, please tell me what to do. You don't know even this. You are a master's degree holder. You have joined here. You don't know even how to fold a newspaper. How to fold the newspaper, no noise. It's a big newspaper, LA Times, suppose. Big paper, you have to, first page you have read, you want to see the internal page, turn in such a way. It will be turned, but no noise. And the edges should be perfectly matching. That means you have to be so careful to do this minor thing. He said, but I have learned. And he became a perfectionist. He himself became a perfectionist. And that's why he knew other brahmacharis, when they are appointed with Swami Akuntananda to do some work, typing. He gets so much scolding, and the poor guy, it is his painful days. So like that. That means they are trying to correct it because they became perfectionists. They want that perfection to come in us. So we may think that I will do in my way, but no. You have to learn first my way, then you improve your way. So anyway, so that's why it is called the prestige, that I am such educated person, I know this, I come from a rich family, my background is this. All this prestige, a bhakta, devotee should wipe out those things. So it is necessary to abandon the desires for prestige. The nature of Vaishnava is that they do not praise themselves. That is the point. If someone praises in front of you, really in our tradition, in Indian tradition, if anyone suppose, oh, you have done such a good thing, which we expect here, is it not? I did a good job. I need appreciation. You should say, yes, I did good job. Then I'll be inspired to do more. That's our thought. But in Belun Mott and in a sadhu's community, you have done for God. Why to give you thanks? Just opposite. And we feel bad. I do so much, but no one appreciates me. And rather, if anything becomes little wrong, and they scold me. But this is the making of a monk. That yes, so prestige. And normally it comes, I am educated, I have some quality, and no, you are not recognizing that quality. You feel that I am the worst guy here. I am that like. So these thoughts come naturally. So, এখন আর বললে হবে না, গল্প হলে হবে না. If we say to the stories, then I will have to finish these pages. I am thinking today, if I can. Okay. So, মহানুভবের এই সহজ স্বভাব হয়, আপনার গুণ নাহি আপনে কয়. The good people, those who are great devotees, they feel shy to hear their own praise. In our tradition, we have seen sadhus. Someone is saying, oh, you did such a wonderful job. And he was so upset. He said, why are you praising me? Did I do any harm, or did I do anything wrong with you? You are praising me. All glory God. Why are you praising me? So they feel bad that someone praises the person, that they want to give the glory to God. So these are a very great ideal, no? Whether you become a Vaishnava in a devotional practice, or become a monk, no? Or you become a good householder. Lovers of God have a general process of tendency. No? So, the nature of Vaishnava is that they do not praise, they do not talk about themselves, and also don't want to hear their own praise. There is one word, Jaso Pratishtha, Shukari Vishtha, Mekhele Saragai. There is a statement that there is a story, Jiva Goswami, disciple of Rupa Goswami probably, or Sanatana Goswami. Jive Daya Tava Paramar. Jive Daya Tava. Rupa Goswami probably. And as I told you probably one time story, he was going to take a bath in the Jamuna river in the Vrindavan. There is a river Jamuna. And when he went and he was coming back, and he saw that one Pandit, great Pandit, with his few followers, with the beating of the drum, saying that we went and conquered their guru. Jiva Goswami's guru, Rupa Goswami, or Sanatana, I forgot, either of them. Rupa and Sanatana, two disciples of Sri Chaitanya. And his disciple was Jiva Goswami. So Jiva, when coming after the bath in the river, he saw that one great Pandit is coming, and in the hanging, in a board like, I have defeated Rupa Goswami in the debate. And he saw that my guru, he has defeated my guru. Okay? He challenged. It is wrong. This writing is not true. You argue with me. First, I am his disciple, humble disciple. You do defeat me, then you will defeat my guru. That means out of love and respect for guru, he challenged that scholar. Actually, the challenge, that scholar went to Rupa Goswami and said, I want to debate with you. He said, no, Baba, I do not know anything. I agree that I do not know anything. I sign. He was out of his holiness, he did it. Jiva do not know that.
He was nephew of both Rupa and Sanatana.
Rupa and Sanatana. Anyhow, but they are the disciple. So then they came and then he defeated. It took little time to argue, no? And the Rupa Goswami and this Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they are all waiting that Jiva Goswami will come back and feed him. They are the young man, they are the old sadhus. So he is getting delayed, because he is debating and finally, and ultimately he actually win over win in the argument. He defeated that scholar. And they said, take out the name of my guru that you have defeated. You have defeated my guru, that's the wrong thing. You cannot defeat me, I have made that proof. Anyhow, and the gurus were waiting. When he came back to the ashrama, and then Rupa Goswami or Sanatana Goswami said, why are you delayed? Well, this thing has happened. Oh, I thought that you have become a monk. Humility is your character. Your name that you have conquered in a debate with a scholar of that stature, is it that you want? To go to king's court. You will be court pandit. You will get good praise, good name. You become monk. No, this place is not for you. Go. And the Guru abandoned him. For this, keeping the prestige of the Guru, he tried, but it turned the opposite way. He was abandoned by Guru. And he started fasting out of sorrows and suffering and repentance. He gave up eating food 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, but Guru is not melting down. Then one of the, probably he was the disciple of Sanatana Goswami, the Rupa Goswami was requesting, oh, brother, please forgive him, please forgive him. He has done for keeping the prestige of honor of you. Then he is not yielding. And it continued, and he became, few days went without drinking anything and fasting and fasting and fasting. After many days, then he forgave him. Giving a good proof that how a Vaishnava devotee should be humbled. No question of challenging and becoming a pandit, a scholar. I defeated that. I gave a lecture. 100 people look at that. See, I am so great. This type of thing is not for a sadhu, not for a good spiritual person. So that should be avoided. So he says, it is necessary to revere, and this is necessary to not revere reverie, mundane literary compositions. So the sadhus should not do these things. So prestige, give up the prestige, give up the fame, and distribute no money to keep property, asset in your pocket so that it pulls you back again. And third point is that, no, you should be humble. So no, let not prestige, the sense of prestige. I am somebody, yes, I am not that, as you think like that. Yeah, people sometimes will humiliate you. No, but your spirit should be, I don't care for that, but I am not touched by that. I should be above that. It is necessary to reverie mundane literary composition. Means so Mahaprabhu feels pain upon hearing the compositions of poets who write about topics related to mundane men and women. That means ordinary worldly talk, worldly poems, worldly writings, worldly novels. No, Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya didn't like that. But he feels joy upon hearing compositions of devotee poets who are expert in tattva-jnana, knowledge of the spiritual truth, and are experienced in the teaching in the line of pure devotees. That means this Grammo কবির কবিত্ব শুনিতে হয় দুঃখ. Grammo means ordinary, mundane, worldly person writing a poem about mundane, worldly things. Mahaprabhu feel bad about that when he listens such composition. Ramakrishna, if anyone used to come to Dakshineshwar and used to talk mundane talks, worldly talks, he could not tolerate that for long. Maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes. And either he used to say, get out, or if they don't get out, then he will just make an excuse to go to Kali temple to avoid this type of talk entering in the ear. Because it pollutes your mind. Worldly thoughts, worldly ideas, because you are trying to be pure, because you are trying to be a bhakta. If you indulge into these things, you are just acting oppositely what you are trying to achieve. You are going towards the east, but you are making someone is pushing you towards the west. And you are enjoying, okay, that's good. That means you are making your own spiritual growth stunted. So it says, Grammo Kabir Kavitva Sunite Hoy Dukkha. Mahaprabhu used to feel sad to hear about the poems written by ordinary mundane people. Bidagdha Atmiyo Vakya Sunite Hoy Sukha. Those who are Bidagdha means full of wisdom, full of love for God. That type of writings and poems, Sri Mahaprabhu used to like that. Ramakrishna used to like that. Ramakrishna was extreme. Even the newspaper, he will not touch, because most of the news is fabricated and distorted to make more publicity, right or wrong, whatever. So he will say, if the newspaper is here, well, take out the newspaper and sprinkle Ganga water. He was so Puritan. So, that is the way one should, that's very strict. Life should be very strict and pure. Now another point. It is prohibited to disobey one's guru, to be proud of one's knowledge, and to defeat others in debate. 3 points. 1 point, prohibit that disobey one's guru, and to be proud of one's knowledge. I know, I read this book, I understand this. Yes, you understand. You can purify your understanding more and more. But never be proud, because your knowledge is still incomplete unless you have the realization. Second, prohibit disobey. Of course, your guru has instructed you to do something. Don't disobey that. And if you live with a guru and your guru tells you to do something, don't disobey. That's a very basic foundational thing in the spiritual life. And third is once to defeat others. Now, because when this period, scholarly debate, it improves our intelligence. That's true. In Tibetan Buddhism, we went to Tibet and we found that group of monks, they are learning, maybe 30, 40 monks are sitting around, I saw, about 40 to 50. And they are learning how to have a good argument, because you know the logic. How to do that? Oh my God, 30, 40 people, one monk will come up and he will say, I put this question, respond to this. This is my conclusion. Then you will have to say, no. And then you put your argument and goes on. And then he goes one to the other to teach them how to make a good logic. Because logic is necessary for self. That's what we call discernment. What is good, what is not good, what is truth, what is untruth. You have to debate. That is, Ramakrishna said, real debate. But your fine idea, Buddhism is correct, or Advaita non-dualistic philosophy is the highest, or dualistic philosophy is the highest, and you go on fighting. Why do you go on fighting? You just practice and realize, with Ramakrishna's words, suck the mango. Don't debate on mango tree. which plant, who brought it, how many days it is planted, which part of the country it came from, how many twigs are there, how many mangoes have grown, count 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, it is 50. What is the use of counting? Take one, eat. That means make a spiritual practice more rather than intellectual debate. We need that. Basic thing, you need clarity of understanding. But that should not be our goal. So these are the 3 points. Disobeying the order of Guru is the most frightening offense to the holy name. It is Sri Chaitanya Dev is saying, the Guru upeksha koile eiche phalo hoy, eicha phalo hoy, krame ishwaro parantya aparadha thake. Bengali English written. Bengali people cannot read. It says the result of disobeying Guru is so fearsome that eventually it results in an offense to God himself. Then here, this is the tradition. Any tradition will tell you. Next point. It is proper to give up the desire for liberation and the pride of knowledge. You did not have to desire for liberation. Rather love God. Desire for liberation is a lower category. As if you are bound, you want to be free, so you are desiring for liberation. I am bound, I will be liberated. No, I want to love God. So, and give up your pride of your knowledge. And again, Sri Chaitanya says that Mahaprabhu did not bestow special mercy on Ramdas, one of the disciples, in the first meeting, because the indwelling Lord knew that Ramdas had desire for liberation in his heart and was proud of his knowledge. Humility is extremely necessary in spiritual life. Humility, third point. The nature of prema is such that the more it manifests in a person's heart, the more he thinks he does not possess even a scent of Krishna Bhakti. If you practice more, then you will be feeling humbled. I do, but what do I know? I am doing practice for 10 years. You will be humbled, not frustrated. Suppose here we are sadhus here, no? So we are meditating on God, not 1 year. You got initiation shortly. But suppose I got initiated in 1961. And what is the year now? 2021 it is coming. So how many years now? 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000, 2010, 60, almost 60 years. Don't be proud. I am doing 60 years meditation. Don't be proud. Be humble. What did you, how much you have achieved in this 60 years of your meditation, sitting in the morning, in the noon time, in the evening? I am doing according to my ability, no? I am trying my best. But this 60 years effort, you can, I am 60 years, I am senior. What senior? How much you achieved? So you should be humbled. So this is the indication that the nature of prema is to manifest in person's heart. The more he thinks he does not possess even a scent of bhakti, I have not yet grown in love. Mahaprabhu used to cry, oh my day, you pray every day in the morning, chant the name of the Lord, that is Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya. And I have not grown in love for you. And late, it is not appearing, I have not seen you constantly. So those prayers are what they prove. God himself is showing us that yes, your life is like that. Your true Krishna bhakti is the major thing. Love for Krishna is the major thing. Have you achieved that? And that if you achieve that, you will be totally melted into God. That's a word, melted into God. Your ego will not remain anymore. Like, a sugar cube you put into the water. After some time you find the sugar cube. Where is the cube? It melts. So our ego, this size, shape, I am this, I know, I have achieved this, all will melt. if you have real bhakti. It is proper to give up the desire to be victorious in debate. It is said, knowledge is not for defeating others. You read the scriptures, it is not for defeating others, to show that I know much more than you know. No? Yeah, that is a position in the world. People will praise that see how he presented the thing, how intellectually he knows so many philosophies and this, what, my God, wow. Yes, that is good for worldly life. But for spiritual life, you should melt into zero and God will come out there. Now, another point. Devotees should consider all created beings as their own. First point, possess firm faith in the path of bhakti. And third point, desire auspiciousness even for the even for the enemies. 3 points again. If you are a devotee, you are a lover of God, or a Vedanta student, what is same result will come. Individual person considered as jivas, anyone you find, that you will find that they are your own. People normally think, oh, they belong to our group, they belong to other group. Ramakrishna said, Bhakta devotee has no group. Oh, they are Hare Krishna group, we are Vedanta group, we are this group, we are that group. Always people, oh, they are Christian group, they are Protestant group, they are Catholic group, they are Presbyterian group. You are thinking, they are all lovers of God. And you love everyone. That should be the fundamental point. 1 point. Second point, possess firm faith in bhakti. You will have strong idea. I want to love God. I want to love my ideal. No? Vedanta, Atman. You love your Atman. It may be Ramakrishna. It may be Krishna. I love Krishna. I love Rama. I love Christ. Yes. Or Vedanta, you may say, I love Atman, I love Brahman. But you should have to love the divine. So second point. And desire auspiciousness even for the enemies. Think, who gives you hard time, bad time? Try to think that they are also your friend. And see, pray to God, oh God, oh Lord, make him happy. Do good to that person. That is your character. You know, spirituality is character building. So all our devotees should have to learn this, that life is spiritualizing the life means it is a big job. We have to do that. So these are the 3 points again here said, that consider any other devotee of any other group calling upon God, a Muslim calling upon Allah. You should feel that he is a lover of God. I am calling him in one way and they are calling the same God in another way. So this feeling should grow. Is it growing, or you are thinking that we are the only exclusive, we are the only Allah's children, or I am the only Christ's children, this is the only, whole world should be changed to that. And you go on fanatic ideas and then you go disturb the peace of others. You say, in the name of religion this goes on, no? So, fundamental point, you are going to be a devotee, you should have this quality. It is not Vedanta, see, we read in all those things in Swami Vivekananda's books, in the gospel, there are plenty. But you see, Vaishnava book is teaching us. You will respect all devotees. They are also calling God in different ways. Second point, possess firm faith. Devotion is the criterion. Are you becoming really devoted and really absorbing God more and more? And third point, even someone behaves inimically or not very friendly with you, you pray for them. You pray for their well-being. Pray for their good. One should give up pride, the desire for prestige, and caste consciousness in regard to Vaishnavas. Another 3 points. One should give up pride. Again, we are talking about pride. Pride may be for monetary pride. Pride may be beautiful, I look beautiful. Pride may be I am efficient worker. Pride may be that I am humble. I am very devoted. They are also pride. I am a meditator. I do more meditation than anyone does. You people don't do, I do 3 times. I am higher. Pride may come up in any way. So devotees should be always getting out of pride. Give up pride and give up the desire for prestige. Oh, I should be recognized, I should be praised, someone should thank me, I do so much. No one recognizes, this is the place. Always they exploit me. As you go on, it may be twisted in such a way, becoming a monk, becoming a nun, we think, they are taking making me work too hard, as if you are a job, and they are giving you less salary and making you hard work. Are you are getting more opportunity to serve God. Total attitude different, no? So this attitude should be there. Otherwise, it will be mundane. It's like any worldly person does that in the world. You need not have to glorify yourself that I am a monk or a nun because I did so much, others don't do. They are taking advantage of me because they are making me work hard. Who is you? You are fortunate that you are serving God. Spiritual attitude. So that should be taken.
Or like Brother Luke who was complaining to God that you know that I have trouble in walking, but you are making me to go to do this in the night. And then he was complaining to the Lord like that.
And then what happened?
That one is like you make the connection, that biblical story like that, that saint he became, I don't remember.
I also don't know that story. So.
No, you were saying, you will always mention about that.
Acha. So, anyhow, so whatever you complain to God, that's okay, it's a devotion. Oh Lord, I cannot walk to your place. But the main point is that the desire for prestige, desire for recognition, the desire for name is a very hidden thing. It is not bad because we are human, we should have expectation little. Really, we should also expect that some praise, some recognition, some support should be there. But no, don't expect that. If you want to be a better sadhu or a better bhakta, you need not have to think of all these things. Let the world do their thing. I am not doing for anybody. My whole life is centered for God and service to God. I will do as best as I can. And then caste consciousness. In caste consciousness, because in Indian context, caste consciousness. That is a low caste, high caste. In India, they suffer by caste system. It's a bad effect. In this country also, today what is going on? A color system. I am skin white, brown, black. No? People are being, no. They are all children of God. So devotees should not make such distinction. And that, what the question of making a suffering. So it is it has been quoted by, again, the 2 authentic book of the Bhakti school. Those who desire to be known as great men in this world perform religious activities. Such proud persons never attain mercy of Lord Krishna. Only those who are without deceit attain Krishna Bhakti. Their mind should be no desire to be known as a great man. I am a great person. In our life it happens because we have given up everything. Still these come in this subtle way. After Sunday lecture I sang, how is what? It's good. That means sometimes you may be innocently saying, or sometimes you may desire to know, I get a good lecture. So it comes out in such a way, unknown to yourself even. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Only those who attain deceit and attain. So Krishna Bhakti, or love for God, will not generate unless you are careful about that. One should not consider a sadhu or a Vaishnava, lover of God, to belong to a particular caste. That then again Chaitanya Bhagavat says, all the scriptures proclaim that even if a devotee accepts birth in a lower caste, he is worshipful for the entire world. But if one is born in a high caste, does not perform bhajan, prayer to God, he is eligible for hell. His high birth cannot deliver him. Not that because you are born in a high prestigious family or your religious family, spiritual family. Not that because your father is a district judge or Supreme Court judge. You will be a Supreme Court judge. You have to earn that, no? So that type of thing. That even Ramakrishna said, that those who even born in a lower caste, Chandala, and if he has Hari Bhakti, love for God, he is much higher than that. A high-born person whose father is a great Pandit, scholar, devotee, and he has no love for God. He is worst. So your love for God is the criterion here. It is important to perform loud Sankirtanam in the devotional practice. Hare Krishna together, congregational. Haridas said, "Oh Brahmana, one receives 100 times more benefit by performing Kirtana loudly than by chanting within one's mind. A person who chants within his mind can deliver only himself, but by loudly performing Kirtana, the name of God enters into the ears of many living beings and you deliver them." It's a spiritual attitude. You chant internally, but how we say our private practice. So repeat the mantra inside. But Hare Krishna, they chant outside, no? She says that it helps others. You are chanting, that benefit is coming to you, and you are chanting loudly, that sound goes to the other's ears, who does not want to hear even. Suppose some people are going, they don't want to hear Hare Krishna, but you are playing with the drum and this and that, and dancing, and they will have to, the word of God should touch their ear. So it will benefit some way. If you touch the fire, the finger will burn. So they will be benefited some way or other. So now, a person is eligible to be addressed as a bhakta, devotee, if internally his faith remains firm and is free from false ego. Who will be called a devotee? No. One appears to be materially, a person eligible to be addressed as a Vaishnava or a devotee of God if internally his faith remains. That means if your love for God remains intact inside, then you are called a Vaishnava. You are a devotee. Whatever happens outside, example is that Haridas, he was a Muslim-born man, and I told you the story that he was whipped to death 22 times. But he was not dying. What is happening? He is not changing. The order was that let him not chant the name of Hari, the Lord. They should utter the name of Allah. But he did not. So outside whatever is happening, his internal mind is resonating in the name, what he likes. So that's why that is called a devotee. Another point, to subscribe to mix of philosophies, to subscribe to a mix of philosophies, to be partial or to perform sinful activities, or to be blinded by the intoxication of material life, are all averse to the qualities of a Vaishnava. If it is a Vaishnava, if it is devotee of God, so you should be not subscribe mixed philosophies. Mixed philosophies means too many philosophies if you know, then you get confused and your mind most of the time that happens with us. When you read one book, we learn from Buddhism onward, or we have a heart from another philosophy, and we find contradictions. So it is said, don't read many books, many philosophies. Rather, what is your philosophy? But intellectual clarity, you do that much, but it is not for scholarly understanding. So it says the Vaishnava must always remain firmly fixed in the following only one doctrine. That means when you are practicing. In one doctrine is you are following Vedanta doctrine. Vedanta doctrine says develop your life with the Jnana, Karma, Yoga, Bhakti. Okay? If you take a Vaishnava tradition, you take only bhakti, only bhakti, only bhakti. If you are inclined to that, hold on to that and reach the goal. But don't take little bit of Buddhism, little bit of Christianity, little bit of Vedanta, little bit of yoga, and then mix it. That does not work. Ramakrishna said, dig in one place and get the water. Nah?
But if jnana, karma, yoga, bhakti, a little bit of jnana, a little bit of yoga, a little bit of bhakti.
But their idea is that, yes, jnana, karma, yoga, bhakti, but they are all for God. You are doing because your mind is 24 hours. So when you are really working, why not think that I am working for God? So you are drinking, you are shower, you are cleaning, you are doing some business, you are going to the shopping. Why not make it I am doing for God? That's karma yoga. Otherwise that time is lost. But bhakti yoga you can use everywhere bhakti, that's okay.
Everywhere jnana.
Everywhere jnana is okay, that may be. But the point is that one-pointed journey becomes intense. If all your energy is focused in one way, that makes it journey quick. But yes, in Vedanta we make one goal. One goal is God realization. And God is in the form of saguna or nirguna. In the form or the formless. But the jnana path you follow. But when you like, because your mind is occupied by God, one God, you have to know that God is only one, whether it is saguna or nirguna. So in that process, if you mature yourself, then 24 hours is spiritualized. So that idea. Okay, one must not try to satisfy the minds of different types of people by speaking on many different doctrines in different places. At the beginning, when you mature after realization, you talk so many things, but don't do it at the beginning because... Now, one should not be partial, one should not be partial to certain Vaishnavis. The destruction of sinners who is partial towards one Vaishnavi and criticizes another. You love one and you hate one. And if you do that, then you are not following the Vaishnava path of bhakti. They all are Krishna, Krishna's children. You look upon everyone as child of God. If you preferentially you love one at the cost of other, that creates the confusion in others. Committing sins after accepting initiation into Harinama is prohibited, meaning Mahaprabhu told Jagai and Madhai, whatever sins both of you have committed up till today are nullified. Commit no more sins. Jagai and Madhai replied, from now on we will not commit any sin. One is to remain beyond rules and prohibitions. The rules and regulations are subservient to bhakti. You develop love for God in such a way that don't follow the rules only. He who is distressed by this is destroyed. Rule, 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 rule. If you make 100 rules, remember and follow is difficult. But if you remember I am to love God through all my actions, that is more important. Now, how much time? Another? 4 minutes are there, okay. One must reject association of the atheist and non-devotees. It is again and again. You don't mix with people who don't have love for God. They don't believe that there is God. No. So you mix with them, your mind was settling down for God, love for God. And someone comes and with argument disturbs your mind. So avoid those people, let them be happy with their philosophy. As Rupa Goswami, I told the story, the Pandit came, he know, I don't care for your name and fame. Oh Baba, he wants little name. I say, yes, you are a great scholar, I am a fool. Okay, I signed it. And you go. And they go away. If you had sat with them and argued with them, wastage of time. Why shall I spend my time not thinking about God and talking about logical, who is high? All logic are logic. When realization comes, then only logic becomes meaningful. Otherwise, Vedanta is higher, someone will say Bhakti is higher, Prema is higher. No, you are talking about Vedanta is higher. So, Buddhism, Nirvana is higher. Don't talk about Atma. This is our... So, where to go? That's why love God. That is the major thing. One must reject association, that's why, with the atheist and non-devotees. Then he says, preeminence of the devotion to Vishnu and the deceitful persons imaginary claim to be a manifestation of Vishnu, avoid them. That means one should not compare bhakti to any or all other pious activities. Now one attains all perfection by taking shelter in the Namo. Namo means repeating the name and leading a life free from sin and duplicity. This is very important, that one attains all perfection. Your path, you are becoming a lover of God, you will attain your perfection. When? By taking shelter. You can take shelter. Where? You take shelter in the Nama. Vaishnava tradition says, repeat the name day and night. No? In our tradition also we say, repeat the Guru mantra, repeat day and night. So he says, one attains all perfection just by taking shelter. Where to take shelter? In Nama. Anything happens, I repeat the name, I repeat the name, I repeat the name. And leading a life free from sin and duplicity. Life should be pure. What you say and what you think should be in line. But many times we carry duplicity among ourselves. I think I say one thing and do another thing. So that is immoral life. That is in a non-spiritual life. So that is the last point. So devotees must consequently take shelter in the Harinama. We will say in our Guru's mantra, or you can say Aham Brahmasmi, Vedanta mantra. There are praise mantra. So repeat those. When you get a sannyas, you will get praise mantra. When you get brahmacharya, you will get certain mantras. There are 12 mantras that you don't know now, that will be given that time. Then repeat those mantras and see how powerful are they. Practice that. You have no time because you don't practice those things. We have enough time for gossip and other things. But if you really practice those mantras, then you will find how charming and joyful are they. But because you don't practice, you don't know that. Don't enjoy that. There is Rasagulla, there is ice cream or good cake,
Smoothie.
and somewhere smoothie, and there is that, and your mouth is here. You talk about smoothie is good, you talk about cake is good, and never tasted. So that will not do. Therefore, just eat, just take. And if you get a taste, why shall you spoil your time in other nonsense things? So therefore, lead that life. Devotees must constantly take shelter in the Lord's name. In this way, one is to perform Hari Bhajan while reflecting on the above mentioned natural qualities of sadhus and adopting their mode of conduct. In adopting any other path, one cannot attain as much that is favorable for pure bhakti as by adopting sadvritti, proper conduct. So, sadvritti means all this good conduct, noble conduct. They are the foundation on which the spiritual structure is built. So we should have to follow sadvritti, that is the last part. So thank you all. We've ended the book just now here. But you may be all listening from a distance, and we are in the Hollywood, so maybe you are all worried about what is going on. Yes, it is happening so much, protest and demonstration and other things, but we are, by God's grace, keeping well here. We are safe and sound. So we also hope that you all keep safe and sound. And now, next we have decided to read this book, next book. So we have ended this book. If you are ready, then you can start next day this book to start with. It is Swami Prabhupada translation on the way of divine love. That is the Narada Bhakti Sutras. We will start it. But if you want, I can give one the introduction, and by that time you can collect the book. It is available from our bookstore or Amazon, but our bookstore you can order online. They will send you by post. So I see that it is $10.95 is the price plus taxes. So whatever may be. So you can collect this book and give an order to Vedanta bookshop Online you find how to give order, and then within a week you will have the book in your hand. There are 3 books as I showed you. This is also, you can, if you like, it is published from Madras, our Chennai Mott. This is very scholarly. For your reference, you can use it. I will use this. And there is another book, little centered around Ramakrishna and his teachings. It is called Bhuteshananda Swami. Here is our President Swami. So his book is also, these are the lectures given by him in when he came to Japan. And that was recorded and that has come out into book form. So these are all the same book, the same Narada's aphorisms we will read, but explanation in different lines, and we will talk about that. So please collect a book, Narada's Bhakti Sutra, or it is called Narada's Way of Divine Love. So you can ask one from Swami Prabhavananda or Swamiji who founded this, and another is available from the Chennai Mott, Madras Mott publication, and great scholarly Swami. His name was Jagadananda. Tagishananda, his Swami was. This is for reference. And this also, if you wish, is a Bhuteshananda Maharaj. So, 3 books. It is, but you purchase only one, that will do for you. But if for reference, you can purchase more. So, thank you all. And also, I got a request from Lisa Parama that we used to have a cup of tea. So can we have that tea in our own Zoom, or in our own, after finishing this, going to Zoom, and we can have a little snacks. Already Parama has sent some snacks also. It is in our monastery. So I do not know how can we do that. We can think about that in next time. Okay? Thank you all, and hope to see you again at the time 7:30. And the outside situation, today at least a cool protest was going on. You all watched online, on the television also. So I do not know more than this much. But we are safe by Mother's grace. Thanks. Thanks you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Jai Ma. No more question. Question is there?
No question.
No question. That's good. Jai Ma. So we ended this book ultimately. Huh? Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishnarpanam Astu.